Welcome to another episode of Getting Real in the Field. And this is the show that talks about all the things that you hate to do, which is following up, making phone calls, texting people, emails, and all the things that you do on your time that you're trying to spend time with your family. And
That's
I'm
right.
your host, JP Fluellen and Keck Tay.
Woohoo!
We love our
Here it
Keck
comes.
Tay. We love him. He's so awesome. All
Ah,
right, all right, all right.
all
Okay,
right, all
so
right.
that was my
We're,
Matthew McConaughey for tonight. All
we are
right, all right, all
investing the
right.
time to help you guys grow your business tonight.
Yes.
Ready?
So, what are we talking about tonight, Keck?
Let's pull it from the questionnaire tonight. Let's see. Okay, actually, this one I've had several discussions about this over the last couple of weeks, so this might be a good one too. How do you handle a live handoff? How do you handle a live lead? So, how do you handle a live lead? So, I'll give you some context. Been talking to several agents, and over the past couple of weeks, and they say, I've had a good lead, but somehow they just kind of fizzled out. I lose them after after talking to them a couple times and so forth. And I can give you my perspective, but I want to hear it from the head honcho himself, the man himself, JP Fluellen.
All
Tell
right,
us
man.
how it's done, how we get to 10x by learning how to handle a live handoff.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, I'm sporting one of the RE Freedom t-shirts tonight.
Sweet.
Here we go. Saving the world one house at a time.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
So
refreedom.us. And you can pick that one up and have it shipped directly to your house. So
sweet. Okay, man.
Okay.
Awesome. And so before, if you guys missed the last episode and you're coming and listening to this one, I highly recommend to check out the previous episode that talks about the funnel, the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. Because tonight we're going to actually basically be focusing on handling the live leads, and which is the bottom of the funnel piece. Okay. So how do you handle a live lead, JP?
Okay, so what you need is a universal callback script. And with these universal callback scripts, you can kind of tweak the intro based on the specifics of your scenario. But maybe you want me to just pull this up?
Yeah. Okay. So, and I'll give you a scenario, right? Hey, let's role play a little bit. Hey, JP, I've got a lead for you, and who's looking to buy a house. Let me connect you to Johnny. Hey, Johnny, I want to introduce you to JP Fluellen. He's our lead agent. And JP just want to introduce you to Johnny. He's a buyer looking to buy a house in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And so, I'll let you guys take it from there.
Awesome. Hey, Johnny, just wanted to find out real quick, how's everything working out for you so far today?
Man, it's a tough market out there. So, having a hard time, and I'm not even sure if it's the right time to buy a house. The prices seem so high right now.
Yeah, I hear that. But ideally, if you were to make a move, sometime soon, what would that look like?
Well, as long as we can afford it and we find the right house, me and Mrs. would be ready to go.
Okay. Now, do you currently rent or own right now?
We're renting.
Okay. And do you what areas do you have the most interest in right now?
Gosh, I'm looking for whichever place that's close to downtown in Cheyenne, and but not right there. But I'm looking for an extra garage where I can work on my cars or on my bike, stuff like that.
Awesome. So theoretically, like you said, if you could find the right house, you'd be ready to go right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And are you working with any real estate agents right now?
I've talked to a couple, but not really.
Gotcha. So you're not 100% committed to them at this moment.
No, no, no.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so listen, hey, I got this idea. What if I could give you priority access to the best deals before they hit the, all the Zillows and the Realtor.coms of the world? Would that be of interest to you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. If I get it,
Awesome.
you don't have to go through 30 bids for sure.
Well, what's really cool is we get you set up. We get you the types of houses that you're interested in sent directly to you in your email as they come on the market. So we usually have a little bit of lead time, to try to get in there, possibly take a look. However, what's really working for a lot of our clients and the successes that we've had is that we're just making offers sight unseen, and then we just, you know, we just work through the inspection process, and if it's just not going to work out, then you don't have to close. So that's kind of how we do it. um so is there a time maybe this week that we could meet and kind of go over some of your criteria and kind of see what's best, and then kind of get your priority access dialed in?
Sure. Yeah. Like anytime this week, man. I want to get a jump on it.
Awesome. All right, well, tomorrow I have 1 o'clock available. And do you guys have a Starbucks close to where you're at?
Oh, yeah. Starbucks are everywhere, man.
Sweet. All
Pick which
right.
corner
Well,
we're talking about.
right. Or is there like a favorite coffee shop that probably works better, that's got a more,
Okay.
less
Fair enough.
crazy atmosphere?
Fair enough.
All
I
right. Well,
like
we'll
this.
hit. How about the Crooked Cup over there on the corner of, Fifth and Elm, right down there from where
That's
you guys
right.
are at? Does that work?
Okay. That
Awesome.
works.
Cool. Well, in the meantime, let me ask you this. Are you going to be buying this property with somebody else?
Uh, just my wife and I.
Okay, perfect. And do you guys have a favorite lender that you like?
No, not really. We're
Awesome.
starting to look around right now.
Well, cool. Well, we have a great lender, Java Mortgage. We can send them over to you, and we've got a link there that you can get signed up. And then in the meantime, because it just kind of helps us kind of dial things in if you've got a pretty good idea of what you qualify for. And since you're a first-time home buyer, what qualifying, or getting pre-qualified means is just how much works within your budget, what you feel comfortable with. So that way we're not putting you in a home or looking at houses and being inefficient with our time. So that gives us a pretty good picture. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1 o'clock over at the Crazy Cup down there where you're at, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Awesome.
All
Awesome.
right, sounds
Okay.
good.
Love this. Love this. Okay. So you want to take you want to start by
Yeah, so
breaking
let
it
me
down?
break this down for
Yeah.
you, because here's really what. Can you see my screen?
Yep. You might want
Okay.
to full screen it though.
Oh yeah, let me full screen this. All right, so let me
And for the audience, this is gold right here. So hopefully you have the opportunity to listen up to this. This is awesome.
Yeah, so essentially, yeah, that doesn't look as great in Google Docs. Let's just do it right here. I can screw, there we go. All right, so the breakdown is you have a quick intro. The quick intro is just, and this works for anything. So whether it's hot leads or a Facebook lead or whatever it is, because it does not really matter what they're doing, because you can start off with, say, hey, this Johnny, this is JP Flown with the Titan Real Estate team at Real. I was just calling you back. You may have talked to our team member, whatever. Just want to make sure everything's working out for you. Or if it's coming from Facebook, you can say, hey, how was the website working out for you? Because they probably went through the funnel, they went through to your website, they filled out a lead capture form, and now you've got the lead.
Yeah.
And they're either going to say one of two things. They're going to say, who are you? Or they're going to say, oh, yeah, that was fine. Everything's working out great. Because we don't know how they found, how they got into your database half the time. They went in there and they're filling out everything from, Zillow to, you can't find the right house.com. And so, so then if they give you the who are you, you just say, yeah, this is JP again with the Titan Real Estate team. You had registered on our website to see all the houses from all of the real estate companies. Oh, yeah. I remember that, even though they probably weren't even on yours. So then, and here's the thing, like on all of these, every person, and if you're a seasoned agent to a new agent, don't get caught up in the side conversation, because they're going to go, oh yeah, we've been looking at the area for 40 years and we just decided to pull the trigger, like really, so
Yes.
so no matter what they say, you say, okay, great. Okay, great is going to be your catchphrase, right? So for
Yeah.
those of you that have seen the movie Free Guy, you know, it's catchphrase, so that's going to be your catchphrase is okay, great, and then you're going to go right back into where you left off in the script. So they're going to go da 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 da, I'm looking for my son, whatever, whatever. Okay, great. So are you planning on making a move sometime soon within the next 3 to 6 months? And then you're going to get a sense of timing. So that's how you're going to see their motivation level. So now if they catch what you're doing here, one of two things is going to happen. They're going to play along, or they're going to give you we're really not so sure. And so one of the things that I learned in this business is you have to rate your priority level on how much time you're going to spend on people. So you've either got the right now, or pretty soon, or within a year. If it doesn't fit within those three criteria, if they fall in the fourth criteria, which they're a bunch of excuses, you've heard everything, whatever, put
Yeah.
them into a different sequence within your CRM, and then only work with your 1, 2s, and 3s. Your 4s, they're in your database, but we're not spending a whole lot of time with them. Okay. So then the next thing is, do they rent or own? Because it's another opportunity. There's a statistic out there, I think it's like 43 or 47% of buyers have a house to sell. But since we don't ask, we don't get.
Right.
So that's another opportunity that you didn't get because they don't know. Because these people you got to assume everybody's 3 years old and they don't know anything about anything. So you have to present all of the options to them
Yes.
within your script, because you've got maybe 5 minutes at the most to get everything you need, because people are doing whatever, they're taking a break at work, they're sitting on the toilet having a conversation. That's whatever they're doing, and they're doing it quick. So you've got 3 to 5 minutes to get this all knocked out, get a priority, book the conversation, get a time. Because the whole idea here is you want to do as less as possible on the phone, because what's going to happen is they want you to, regurgitate all the things that they want, and then you're useless to them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like it. And so I see your strategy here and I love it, right? Like you are engaging them and you're controlling the conversation.
Yep. And that's it.
And the most important thing and is that you are getting to meet with them, right?
People love, after COVID, people want to be around people.
And you know what? This is a great plan. And this is where I see the difference with some agents, and what you're doing here is brilliant, right? You're trying to meet with them, build the rapport. People, like you said, want to get out and meet and talk to people. And if you set up an appointment to kind of see that, I think that's brilliant, because then it helps you to build the relationship. And like I've always said, people buy from people that they like or that they trust.
Yep.
Yeah.
And through this conversation, you're asking enough conversational questions, even though you're controlling the conversation.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
That's an acknowledgement. And then you're directing them again.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Let's keep asking.
Yep. So now from here, okay, great. Okay, great. All right. Do you currently rent or own? So now you're seeing where they're at, right?
Yeah.
So then from there, you go down one of two paths. If they say rent, what areas are you interested into? If they own, do you need to sell first?
That's where you get 2 transactions for the price of 1.
That's right. For one conversation. And then from there, on the what areas you're interested in, if you were to move, what's an ideal time? So and then the same thing over here is it's the same answer. If they do have one to sell a property first, okay, great. Do you have a real estate agent to help you when the time is right? So if yes, are you 100% committed? Because half the time, I mean, we know this, that they may have been working with an agent, it's not going so hot.
Yeah.
And that's usually the case. If they're calling, if they're on some random website and they're calling and you're talking to them, there's something there that something's not going well.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I'll even say, oh, you're working with, whatever company. And, it's like, oh, it's interesting that we're talking today. And then sometimes you might get some insight into that. And if you don't care, like, because again, you've got 3 to 5 minutes.
That's right.
Just jump right into, are you 100% committed to this person? And they may even go into their conversation, they'll tell you the story at that point too.
Sure.
And then if you got a seller, you do a quick market analysis appointment, or if they're a buyer, hey, I have an idea, I'll get you priority access. When would be a great time to meet for 15 minutes? Because if they're going to sell, you're going to meet them at the house. Hey, I'd love to do a CMA on your property with no cost or obligation. When can we meet at the house?
Kind of curious, like, give me your thoughts on the priority access one. Share some insights on that one. Like, I don't hear a lot of agents doing that, and love to kind of get your thoughts on.
So depending on the size of your brokerage, so larger brokerages usually have new construction. They've got, a bunch of exclusive listings that are waiting to be put on the market because they've got this, that, and the other thing. And so then you can send them that list, whether it's new construction or if it's that inside, if that's those internal exclusive listings that haven't hit the MLS yet. Or you just, like I know with our MLS, if I get somebody on a drip it'll give them listings before they hit IDX even.
Yeah.
So, so that's kind of where that's kind of my priority access. Part. Yeah. So it's slightly semantics, slightly not. It's just, it works for whoever.
No, you're being creative in terms of this, using what's widely available to all agents. So you're not like having a special tool or anything like that, but you're selling it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, and this is the other piece too, is that what we as agents, we forget that we're salespeople.
Yeah.
And we forget how to use language and words to guide and help our clients, because we have to just assume that they know nothing.
Yeah.
And they're looking for you for guidance, and you're trying to bring value.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yep. Always be selling, man.
Yep. ABS.
ABC.
Always be closing.
Sorry.
There
yes.
Totally. Oh, and the other ABC is always bring a contract. This is a mistake that most agents make. You don't want to go do a listing appointment and then be like, oh, well, I'll just drive all the way back across town. It'll take me an hour to 2 hours. And then I'll send you an electronic contract. And then in the meantime, they've already met with 2 other agents.
That's
and
right.
When you get there, you get ready to send them a contract. They're like, oh, we're so sorry. We met with Johnny over at 123 Properties, and and he had a way better presentation than you did. So we decided to go with them.
Yeah. And it could have been yours. Could have been yours 2 hours ago.
Yes. And so here's the thing, like one of the things that most agents don't understand, and once you get this concept, is that, and you can, you're free to use this, but if you put it on a t-shirt, put by JP, time is the killer of all deals.
Oh, for sure. Time kills all deals.
So don't give people time to think, and my favorite close is this. Is there anything that you've seen today that would convince you that we're not a good fit?
No.
All right. Well, it just so happens that I brought a contract. I actually closed the deal. I brought my magical envelope and I set it on the table, and it had no writing on it or anything. And I had the seller, she was like, so what's in the envelope? Well, it's funny you asked me that. I actually brought a contract because I felt like we were a good fit for you. So I brought everything right in here. It's even got your name on it and your address. And she was like, all right. I think you're good. We're good. This conversation has gone well. Let's do this. Signed it right there. So,
And that's the beauty, like what even you just shared itself too. It's about the relationship, right? It's the connection. And if you play it right and you connect with them and you hear them, they will even actually give you the deal right then and there.
right. Yeah. Or, the other thing is that I've said, is there any reason why, why we can't work together?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. This is money, man. I love this.
And then the last thing here is just, you may get this objection. Hey, well, why can't you just tell me everything I want to know over the phone? And, and then I usually, this one's, I could do that, but there will be hundreds of different homes that will match your general criteria. We then risk missing out on the perfect one because it's cluttered with others in your email. We want to do a really good job for you. When is a good time for us to do a quick 20 minutes to take down all your criteria so I can email you your priorities and exactly match your criteria? And again, it's no cost or obligation.
Love it.
And then once they've booked the time, the date, then you say, hey, are you buying the home with any other decision makers? Have you talked with the lender? The reason I ask is we were able to provide you a second free option if needed, and then I can send you a link.
And you know what? Working with a lender, I'm sure you already know it, and is that it just gives you more tentacles to hook them in as well too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the real estate brokerage of the future is going to be a concierge style, where everybody has every service.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to run around.
Nobody does. You don't have time these days.
No. And
right?
One less moving piece just gives you one more opportunity.
Yeah. So this gets you to the point. So taking the call from here, this is the script you run them through, and then you meet with them. And at this point in time, are they pretty sticky with you at this point in time? Once you meet with them?
Oh yeah. I mean, once you meet with them, it's like a 99% closing ratio.
There you go. Holy mackerel. That's amazing.
Because because the thing is, like, if they're going to take the time to listen to you, to go through this, to go drive across town, to go meet at a coffee shop. And I always recommend don't bring them to your office. You want to take them someplace that is,
neutral.
Comfortable and neutral.
Yeah.
Because that's going to also help create, get them to know, like, and trust you. And so when you're able to do that, then you're able to close your closing ratio will be a lot higher. Yeah. And so.
And so if I guess to kind of wrap this up, right? Like for the folks who are hearing about this, I love this. This is a great example. What JP is doing is that you take the live handoff, you qualify a little bit more, but you're building rapport to kind of say, get them to meet with you. Because when they meet with you, you can build that trust, build the relationship, and it gives you actually an unfair advantage compared to other agents who says, hey, oh yeah, no, I'm going to send you some listings and call me when you're interested or when you see a house you want to see. That's like, screw that. When the guys meet me up for coffee, taking me around, sharing, and kind of giving me that concierge service as well too.
Yep. And 90% of communication is nonverbal.
Absolutely.
So when you're able to, like, watch their mannerisms, they're not leaning back and they're not like got their arms crossed and they're like, prove to me you're the best real estate agent in the world. Come on.
But at least if you're doing it in person, you know what? You have a way better chance of convincing them to open up their arms and give you a hug at the end of the meeting rather than doing it on the phone.
I've gotten a few hugs at the end of meetings.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man.
Without a mask even. I was living dangerously.
Holy macro. That's crazy talk.
I know. Post-COVID, what the heck is going on?
Oh, man. Okay.
So I can get you a copy of this. We can leave that in the show notes so that people can have a copy of it. And then that way, because I think it's valuable that somebody have some takeaways there that are tangible that they can print something off.
Love it.
And they can tweak it a little bit to whatever works for them. But I think that it's getting good at this. And if there's some agents in your office that are not performing well, and I don't know if some brokerages have trainers, some of them don't. Some of it's just YouTube and spray and pray techniques. So if you guys want to book a 30-minute call, we got a link to my Calendly link in the as well in the description
down below. Yep.
So just book that 30 minutes, and if you guys want to know what's going on with us over at Real, again, you can book that 30-minute call as well, or you can just shoot me a text, 307-772-1184. Just text the word real. Again, that's 307-772-1184. Text the word real. And we'll talk about what's going on in our world as well. What's going on with you, Keck?
Well, hey, if you guys want to learn more about, what we do from getting you guys leads, or just kind of talk more about the marketing funnels as well too, reach out to me. JP and I partner quite a bit, but if you want to talk about that, feel free to reach out to me. My number is 425-740-0260. And you can also check us out at www.fieldnotes.ai.
All right. And there's one more shameless plug. If you guys are interested in wanting to know more about what's going on at fieldnotes.ai, give them the promo code Titan Rocks and they'll give you 50% off your onboarding.
You got it, man.
All right.
Okay. So until next time.
This is another episode of Getting Real in the Field.
And don't forget to subscribe below.
And click the alert button.
That's right.
And share. And make a comment. And ask a question, because we love all of our comments. All right, guys, we'll see you next time on Getting Real in the Field. Peace.